What if the most iconic structures in human history were not merely tombs, but monuments to a technological prowess that still eludes us today? How did an ancient society, emerging from the sands of time, create engineering feats of such precision and scale that they continue to baffle experts millennia later? These questions have captivated explorers, scientists, and historians for generations. In this episode, we journey into the heart of ancient Egypt to examine the pyramid's construction, from the testimonies of early observers to the insights of modern archaeology. Prepare to question the boundaries of what we think possible in the ancient world. Even the sharpest minds have stood in awe before the pyramids of Giza. In the late 1960s, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Luis Walter Alvarez led a pioneering project using cosmic rays to scan the Great Pyramid for hidden chambers, highlighting its endearing mysteries. While no direct quote from Alvarez compares Giza's pyramids to those in Mexico, his work underscored their unparalleled complexity. For thousands of years, brilliant intellects have grappled with basic questions. Why use such massive stones? What techniques lifted colossal blocks to great heights? How were subterranean tunnels carved with near-perfect straightness? Despite abundant ancient Egyptian inscriptions, drawings, and papyri, no explicit record details the pyramid's building methods. Medieval scholars were equally astounded. The 9th-10th century traveler and geographer Ibn al-Faqih, who visited Egypt, is among the earliest Arabic writers to describe the pyramids. While the specific quote attributed to Ibn Zalak al-Faqih may vary in sources, medieval accounts often portrayed these structures as beyond human capability, evoking wonder at their divine or supernatural origins. Such reactions reflect the pyramid's scale, which seemed to transcend the limits of mortal endeavor. The first puzzle at Giza. How could a civilization in its early stages erect monuments we still struggle to fully explain and replicate the feat multiple times? The pyramids of Giza are the most famous, but they belong to a broader tradition. Over 100 pyramids have been identified in Egypt, primarily west of the Nile Valley, the domain of the dead, as the sun, source of life, rises in the east and sets in the west. These span from Abu Rawash in the north to the Fayum in the south, clustered in about 10 major complexes. Mainstream history dates Egypt's unification to around 3100 BCE under King Narmer, also known as Menes, marking the start of the early dynastic period. Early burials used simple mud brick mastabas, flat-roofed tombs. These evolved into stone mastabas, then stacked forms, creating stepped pyramids, culminating in the smooth-sided true pyramids. The stepped pyramid of Djoser at Saqqara, designed by architect Imhotep around 2630 BCE during the Third Dynasty, standing about 60 meters tall with 6 tiers, used medium-sized stones in a replicable mastaba-based design. A key challenge in the conventional narrative, the swift advancement in pyramid construction. Roughly 50 to 70 years after Djoser's pyramid, around 2613 to 2589 BCE, King Snefru of the 4th Dynasty built the Medum Pyramid, initially stepped, later smoothed, the Bent Pyramid and the Red Pyramid at Dashur, pioneering true pyramid forms. This short time frame represents a significant leap. Pyramids grew taller and more complex, with blocks up to 15 tons and precise geometries replacing simple steps. Such progress typically links to innovations, like the engine's invention bridging 1850s carriages to 1920s airplanes. What drove Egypt's surge? Tools remained basic. Copper chisels, ropes, levers. Meteoric iron was known and prized for royal artifacts, but not widely used for tools. Wheels existed for pottery by the 5th dynasty, but show no evidence of use in heavy transport during the Old Kingdom. Sleds were the norm for moving stones. Explanations often credit ancient Egyptian ingenuity and organization. This golden era of pyramid building spanned about a century, followed by a decline in later dynasties, possibly due to economic or resource shifts. Stepped designs like Djosers appear elsewhere, for example Mexico and Cambodia, but Giza's true pyramids demand expertise in astronomy, engineering, and geology, suggesting a deeper, possibly older, knowledge base. The pinnacle, Khufu's Great Pyramid, constructed around 2580 to 2560 BCE over about 20 to 26 years. While pyramids exist in other cultures, this one, the oldest of the ancient Seven Wonders, has drawn extensive study for its size and accuracy. Sides measure about 230 meters, aligned to cardinal directions, with the north-south axis deviating just 3/62 of a degree from true north, more precise than the 1884 Greenwich meridian's 9/62. Alignment theories point to stars like Polaris, but methods remain unclear. It holds roughly 2.3 million stones, not 2.5 million. Estimates vary, averaging 2 to 3 tons, some up to 15 tons. The King's Chamber uses granite from Aswan, 800 kilometers away. Ceiling beams reach 70 tons, the chamber totaling around 400 tons, adjusted estimates, at 43 meters height. Lifting techniques, debated, but likely ramps and levers. The 13-acre site was leveled with limestone bedrock and Tura paving, stones quarried from Giza itself. Core enigmas, transporting and elevating massive stones. Dominant theory, ramps for sled-dragged blocks, designs varying, straight, wrapping. Ramps required robust construction to handle loads. A 12th dynasty relief circa 1900 BCE from Jehuti Hotep's tomb depicts 72 workers pulling a 58-ton statue on a sled. Egyptologist Mark Lenner estimated each pulled about 340 kilograms, strenuous but feasible with organization. Experiments like a French team's with 33 workers moving 2 to 3 ton blocks 46 meters daily on a 25-degree slope revealed challenges. Upward ramps at 45 degrees would be harder. They noted clay lubrication issues and suggested ancients had refined techniques. In the 1960s Abu Simbel relocation, cranes lifted 30-ton blocks. Ancients managed 70 tons without, likely via ramps and counterweights. Star shafts aligned to constellations like Orion's Belt and Sirius around 2450 BCE, debated, requiring precise drilling through blocks over 60 meters, a testament to planning. The descending passage, 100 meters long, 60 into bedrock, deviates minimally, about 6 millimeters over length, carved manually. Torches risk suffocation. Mirrors for light are impractical. Advanced surveying likely used. Pyramids cased in polished Tur limestone, joints under 0.5 millimeters, machine-like precision for millions of stones. For Khafre's pyramid, circa 2558 to 2532 BCE, the plateau was cut 8 meters deep over 220 meters, yielding thousands of tons in 10 to 20-ton blocks. Why there? Part of Giza's master plan. His temple features 110-ton stones, challenging sled theories but explained by large teams. These imply sophisticated organization, not lost tech. Consensus, ramps, levers, and a skilled workforce. (1978) Japanese experiment, aimed for 20-meter replica using ancient methods, halved to 10 meters. Chisels failed, used jackhammers. Sleds stalled, trucks and boats transported. Cranes and helicopters positioned. No internals, just stacks. 1990s Nova team, Mark Leaner. 6-meter pyramid with steel tools, saws, trucks, and cranes due to time. Film omitted modern aids, sparking criticism. These highlight impracticalities of purely primitive methods, but affirm feasibility with organization. Estimates suggest 10,000 to 30,000 workers, 4,000 core, skilled, plus seasonal, well-fed, and housed over decades. Why the gaps? Ancients possessed advanced knowledge in multiple fields applied via massive coordinated labor, not necessarily lost tech. Edward Leeds Calnan, 1887 to 1951, built Coral Castle in Florida alone using oleatic limestone, coral-like blocks, up to 30 tons with pulleys, winches, and tractors. He claimed pyramid secrets via magnetism, but evidence points to mechanical ingenuity. Modern magnetic levitation, e.g. maglev trains, exists, but no ancient evidence. Pyramids as tombs? Likely, but perhaps multifunctional. The quest persists. As we end, the pyramids challenge our understanding of history. Were they just royal graves or emblems of greater purpose? Exploration continues.